The tea has gone cold. It sits on the wooden desk, a dark, still circle reflecting the gray light of a Sunday afternoon. Outside, the city hums with a frantic, desperate energy. But inside this room, the air is thick with a different kind of gravity. You watch a single dust mote drift through a sliver of light. It moves without urgency. It asks for nothing. This preference for the periphery didn't start with a grand epiphany. It began in the small gaps of childhood, the way the noise of a birthday party felt like a physical weight, or how the back of a library felt safer than the center of a playground. It was a discovery that the world is loud, and that your own mind is the only place where the volume can be turned down. You learned early on that being alone isn't a lack of something, it is a presence. It is a room that finally stops spinning. In the grocery store, you find yourself tracing the edges of the aisles. You observe the way people collide with one another, their voices, their smells, their constant jarring needs. You wear your solitude like a second skin, a thin but unbreakable membrane that filters the chaos. People call it recharging, but that isn't quite right. It is more like a homecoming. When the door clicks shut behind you, the tension in your shoulders doesn't just leave, it dissolves. You are finally allowed to exist without being perceived. Yet, there is a sharpness to it. The silence can sometimes grow teeth. You look at your phone, seeing the notifications from people who want a piece of your time, and you feel a strange, cold friction. It is the guilt of being unreachable. You wonder if, by building these walls so high, you've accidentally trapped yourself inside. The comfort of the cage starts to feel like a limitation. You see the warmth in other people's shared laughter, and for a fleeting second, the isolation feels less like a sanctuary and more like a void. The weight of being the only witness to your own life becomes heavy. Then a shift. You catch your reflection in the darkened window as the sun dips below the horizon. You aren't a ghost and you aren't broken. You are simply a person who requires a different kind of oxygen. The realization settles in like a slow exhale. You don't have to choose between the world and the self. The isolation isn't a rejection of others. It is a preservation of the core. You pick up the cold tea and take a sip. The bitterness is grounding. You realize that you can step out tomorrow, walk through the crowd, and carry this stillness with you like a hidden stone in your pocket. The door is closed, but it isn't locked. You are the architect of your own space, finding a quiet, honest peace in the simple act of being.